everyone, good evening. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP Bangladesh. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP Bangladesh. Thank you all for joining us and staying with us till the end. Honorable Nourish Sigar, today I am your host for the evening. My name is Yani Akhtar Chaudhary and I am from Bangladesh. Dear Knowledge Seeker, I am proud to be associated with IGP as a global member. IGP, a non-profit organization, is a social and ISO certified international training institute. In 3 years, we already serve 3 million knowledge seekers from 100 plus countries. IGP is internationally recognized and globally accredited. We are connected to more than 250 plus professional and 4,500 plus organizations. Institute of Global Professional, IGP and ISO 9001, 2015 and 10002 and 2000 is the training faculty for skill development, which was founded in 2020 and is generating competent candidates to meet demand in the global labor market by providing professional qualifications. The Institute of Global Professional is an educational institute that provides social work globally recognized and reputable. We serve a student and community resource, providing holistic social work and education. We believe that it is not effective to increase one's skill just by acquiring formal education. So we provide effective training and consultation to generate proficient generation all over the world. We distribute our services locally, nationally, and internationally to students, job seekers, job holders, and also for learners through our respective campus location and distance learning platform. We are an occupational and dependable institution. IGP is one of the famous online institutes from all over the world. Our vision is education is not a business product, is a part of our human right. Based on our vision, we are trying to reach all corners of the world for free webinars, seminar, courses, awards, quiz competition, mentoring, and counseling kids. On the other side, we are also trying to serve more than 100 premium services for free, like create own portfolio website, resume builder, cover letter, motivational letter, and one knowledge platform for gathering general knowledge, which can update all day. Kids learning games website, free courses, converter sites, and many, many more. We help to empower youth to learn, to meet their expectation and dreams, and become highly skilled people. We implement several trainings, programs, webinars, and offline online courses for youth and learners by professional trainers, speakers, and coaches. Our sessions are conducted by globally renowned professionals to develop all kinds of youth and to promote the education of their abilities and personalities. To ensure excellent and in-depth instruction, we arrange with qualified trainers, speakers, and instructors. We extend free services to more than 3 million knowledge seekers in the last 3 years. We have affiliations with universities and organizations in 70 different countries. Virtual mall signing with many colleges and organizations have been accomplished. We are working to create a legendary generation of future scholars and citizens who will be accountable. We are constantly prepared to assist all knowledge seekers with valuable service. Spreading knowledge is crucial for the Institute of Global Professional. We believe that knowledge is love, light, and vision. So we try to understand the needs of today's generation and we serve them with good research and practice methods. We must have a genuine concern for the learners. We represent more diversity, growth, and innovation are required to lead a session with professionalism, passion, and integrity. IGP members are committed to offering effective, best quality service and continual improvement so that individuals who seek information can improve their skill levels and value. Before we move to the next, let me remind you, don't forget to tag, share, and mention your friends in the comment box. Your support is very valuable to us. Thank you. Before we move to the next, let me remind you again to don't forget to tag, share, mention your friends in the comment box. Your support is very valuable to us. Thank you. Moving to the next, with your continuous support, we already completed 1,220 webinars successfully. At present, we are going to start our 1221, and our program name is Taxonomy. And today we have our speaker, and our speaker name is Ma'am Dr. Namra Munir. She is from Pakistan. Before I hand over the stage to our ma'am, I want to share a very little about our speaker. She is assistant professor of education, University of Education, Pakistan. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker with her presentation. So let's welcome our speaker. Hello, ma'am. Uh,
Hello, thank you.
Hello, ma'am. Thank you. Uh, so good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
How are you, ma'am?
I'm fine. Who are you?
I'm also good, ma'am. Ma'am, please give some description about yourself. Then you can start your presentation.
As a startup,
Ma'am, please first give your some description about yourself. Then you
okay,
can
okay.
start.
As already you told that I'm Dr. Namra Munir from Pakistan. I'm assistant professor and I have more than 15 years of teaching experience in education. And I'm a researcher, writer, and scholar as well. And I think I'm related to this IGP from since last 2.5 years. Everyone know about me who is linked with this, and it's a very awkward situation for me that I introduce myself in my for my mouth. It's
It's a,
not.
it's a rules for that we have to do it.
Yeah, but I think it's my introduction that I am a teacher, and my
Okay.
subject is education.
Okay,
That's
okay,
all.
ma'am. Now you can start.
Today is my presentation topic or my lecture topic is solo taxonomy. Last my lecture is about the Bloom's taxonomy, and solo these two taxonomies are very important in education subject. In the education subject, or if I can say that in education system, that these two taxonomies have a huge role played. It's not wrong. Solo stands for structured, S structured, O oriented, L learning or outcomes. O stands for outcomes. Solo taxonomy is structured oriented learning outcomes. It's actually related with the evaluation system. First of next, please. Next slide, please. Solo structure of observed learning outcome is a model of learning that helps develop a common understanding and language of learning that helps teacher and students understand the learning process. Actually, when I discuss with you the Bloom's taxonomy, this taxonomy, that taxonomy actually deal with the overall system, starting from the making objectives, selecting the teaching methodology, and how we select the content, and how we deliver the content, all about that. But this taxonomy is related the common understanding about the outcomes related. These objectives, actually, these are the two taxonomies that is very closely linked. When we create objectives of the state education or objective of the teaching or of when I, for example, I starting to making the slides of this lecture, I have some objectives in my mind, and in the end, I evaluate that may I able to get these objectives or not. If I get these objectives make or fulfill, it mean my lecture is successful. If I'm unable to gain all the objectives or all the learning outcomes from my lecture, it mean I have to improve my all strategies and all methodology and all strategies and all things I have to remove it. But actually, evaluation is the two purpose of evaluation. There are many purpose, but the two main purpose of the evaluation is that one is uh, to check that our process is successful or not. Mean it's beneficiary for thought. for those people for whom we prepare that. First of all, this is the objective, and second is if there is some flaws in our system, in our process, in our lecture, then we have to evaluate that flaws, and it's possible just only with the evaluation. And the for evaluation have many types: formative, summative, diagnostic. We are evaluating our things with any type of the evaluation, but evaluation is the most important thing to check that we get our objectives or not, or how, on which level we are able to get our objectives. That's the purpose of the evaluation. And second one is we want to fulfill all the gaps, we want to remove all the problems, we want to remove all the things which are harder to get our objectives getting back. That's why we are evaluating our system, our lecture, our any task we are evaluating. Next please. Next slide. Solo taxonomy have 5 different stages, as you seen in this point 1 3 3, and this is linked with, and this is 1 point mean you is are 3 5 stages. When we entered in a school or entered in a, for example, you entered in this class or you entered in a school, it's not possible that you able to learn everything on the first step. Starting at the starting you just understand the topic, then you understand it's uh, one sentence, then you second third steps, explanation, elaboration and collaboration, etc. This is the 5 steps of learning, how we learn. For example, in first class baby came, in the first step baby came in the class, I showed his or him for a book. This is the book, he knows only that this is the book. But when he able to learn the topic of this, the book, yeah, what is the name of that book, is mean he crossed the first limit, first stage of this uh, learning. When he opened the book and he know that the who is the writer of this book, he's he step over the next step of the learning. First of all, he know nothing. On the first stage he know the name of the book, on the second stage he know the writer name, and on the third stage he know the table of content, which topics are included in the book, how many chapters in the included in the book, how many main headings, subheadings, subtopics, and how many each chapter contains which title of the chapters, and including the content, not detailed content, but the headings of this content. He know about that. Is mean he, when he able to know the content and he is able to write, know reading the content, and he know that this book is about what, this means he crossed the third stage of this taxonomy. And fourth, when he read that content and he understand that content detailed, in which what is written writer, what is written in the first chapter, what is wrote in the second chapter, third chapter, fourth and fifth chapter. When he goes through all the book and he know about the book, each and everything from starting to till ending, it means he crossed the fourth stage of that. And fifth stage is that he is able to create a comparison with 2 books. For example, I wrote 2 books. One student read my one book, and after that he read my second book. On the end of the reading of the second book, he is able to compare my both 2 books. When he compare my 2 books, and the comparison is described in his own words, and he said that the same thing, that these are the same things in this book, in those 2 books, and these are the two many these things are the different things in 2 books. It mean he is able to create his mind, he include his creativity in my 2 books. It mean he is entered in the fifth level of this taxonomy. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Please, next slide. Where is post? Excuse me, please. Are you listening to me? Please play my slide. I think the host is not able to listen to me or something wrong with the host. I can't understand. I don't know. May I continue my lecture or stop it here? Anyone listen to me or not? I have no idea what can I do. Okay. Yes, next please. Yes. There are the five typical ways to answer a question. Number one stage name is pre-structured. Pre-structured mean you have no idea, just you have your previous knowledge in your mind. For example, I am not sure about this subject. You are nothing know about nothing about the book. You have no idea about that subject or about that book, which I example quoted the example in the next slide. It's mean it's a pre-structured stage. You just know that this is the book. For example, this is the book. You are not have any idea about this book, who is the writer, but which is the content is continuous this book, or how many chapters, and which is the write up conditions and sentences, and which language this book is written. This mean you know nothing. And the second step is the uni structured. First stage is the first step of the is pre-structured. Second is uni structured. I have one idea about this subject. For example, uh, for this in detail, I can say that if you know the writer's name also and the book name also is the educational book, and the writer of Dr. Namra Munir Ismail, you are entered in the second unistructural stage. And third is the multi-structural stage. Multi-structured mean I have several ideas about this book. As I told you, when you get the several ideas, this mean you read the table of content. You read actually its content and actually its chapters and detail of this book. And next is rationale. I can link my ideas together to see the big picture. You start reading the book, you start understanding the book, you can develop the ideas, you can clear your mind about the topics, and you read the heading at the first, and then you go through the detail and you make understanding, and you get help from this book. It means you are rational on the rational stage. And fifth stage is extended abstract. I can look at these ideas in a new and different ways. You read the ideas, you understand the ideas, you make your mind clear about that, and then you are able to say something about this subject in your own words. It's mean extended abstract. This these this taxonomy have five steps, five stages. One is pre-structured, second is unistructured, third is multi-structured, fourth is rational, and fifth is extended abstracts. These are the five stages. Actually, this is the five stages of learning. How a human being learns something. At first stage, he learn just, for example, I'm sitting in this environment. First of all, I'm just seeing this is the greenery, the first impression, and after that, I know about what is the name of this place. Who Second stage is what is the name of this place and who built this stage, this place. It says the unistructured, and when I know about which how many acres this place is consisted, how many rooms here, how many animals are here, how many birds are here, how many trees are here, or the purpose to build this, and how many what why this why this huge park is built, for what purpose it is a multi-structured, and the uh, how, is this a government place, is it a public place, or is a private place, or any income generated from here, or how they create a income here, how they generate income, and these its source of incomes are there, they spend this income, and for this is the rationale. And if I am able to write a story about this place and compare with the other place with this, here is for example, I said that there is this facilities are available, but I go that park, is there is no facilities is there, that is mean extended abstract. This is the five stages. You can code any example in these five stages, and each and every human beings will learn from this in five stages. In these five stages, this is categorized by in the under the umbrella of solo taxonomy. Next slide, please. The solos level pre-structures, I'm not sure about that. Unistructured, I have one relevant idea about that. Multi-structured, I have several ideas about that. On the first stage, you have not sure about any idea, any purpose, any name, anything about that. On this next stage, under unistructured, you are able to get one idea. On multi-structure, you have several ideas about that thing, that subject, particular subject, that class, that place, that institute, or that thing. And on the rationale, I have several ideas about and can relate them to the big picture. You get on this rationale stage, you get several ideas about that, and you are able to create a big picture, and you are able to describe to the others also that how which is this how what information you are getting from this, you are able to explain to the others. It's the rationale stage. And extended abstract mean I have several ideas about. First thing is that on abstracted extended abstracts mean you have several ideas about that. Second, you can link them to the big picture, and on the other, enhance the level of that. And I can look at these ideas in a new and different ways, and I can compare with the others, and I can collect the similarities and differences also in from this. These are the five different angle to explain the solos levels and solo taxonomies level. Solo structured observed learning outcomes in pre-structured, uni-structured, multi-structured, rationale, and extended abstract. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Pre-structured, shallow learning, uni-structure, multi-structure, rationale, and extended abstract mean deep learning. Previous slide, please. We are finding out about photosynthesis. It's a photosynthesis. Everyone know about this. This is a system on pre-structured stated what photosynthesis is. On second stage, identify what is need and products during photosynthesis. What you are what why photosynthesis takes place, why this is happening, and what is this, and why is the second stage identification and connect these two products can equation for photosynthesis. And third stage is compare and contrast the process of osmosis and diffuse, explain why plants need energy for active transport. This means you are entered in rational stage, and rational related to the importance of the photosynthesis on its functions and predict the consequences and production to photosynthesis on this failure or on the plant. This means you are able to understand extended expert deep learning. You have the deep learning about the topic. You can elaborate this or you can explain this in a shorter form. If, for example, I code another example here. For example, I have a book. I show you the book. You are know nothing. You know nothing about that book. If I told you that you see the title of the book, for example, it's the Bangedara, written by the Ilama Iqbal. You are cross the pre-structured shallow learning. You know something about, maybe you know something about Ilama Iqbal and the book. You know about that he's a poet, he's a writer, and you know the first stage is you able to know that the Bange Dara is written by Ilama Iqbal, Shair-e Mashriq, poet of the East. And when I open the title of the book, and you see that there are many poems, many ghazals, many poetries, very rhymes, and included in this. And he is written many things in this, and you understand the poetry and you enjoy the poetry, and read the indexes mean you are cross a multi-structure limit. And then you you remember that you also read the any other book of the Lama Iqbal. It's mean you compare this book with the second book, and on that this mean when you able the you create relationship with that book with this book. This mean you cross a rational limit. And extended expect mean you are able to uh, differentiate and create the similarities in these books, and you write a note on this book that this book is included this this book is interesting, if this book contains this and how I can, if I read the book, how I take more benefits from this book. If you read about this, you have the deep learning, cross the limit of the deep learning. Is mean you cross fifth limit of this solo taxonomy extended abstract. Next stage, please. Next slide. This is the second example: unistructured, multi-structured, rational, and extended abstract. You can see this picture on unistructured, only one dot. In multi-structure, you have three ways, and rational on the three and two pockets, and extended abstract, you have 2, 4, 6, 7, and 3. You are able to connect with major ideas with the smaller ideas. This is the 5 levels of learning and 5 levels of solo taxonomies. Five different ways they categorize the learning stages in a solo taxonomy. First, second, third, fourth, and fifth. First is unistructured. Second is multi-structured, rational, extended, abstract. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Actually, when we learn something from somewhere, it's not the matter of learning. Actually, learning have different stages, and there are many objectives, and each and every human beings have their own objectives about the learning. If you are listening to me and you have your own objectives why you are listening to me. If and everyone take benefit from my lecture according to his or her objectives, which he or she keep in his mind. This example is about that. one teacher in class, teaching one teacher in the same time, and the timetable is the same, the content is the same, teacher is the same, class is the same. But in front of that teacher, many students are sitting. But when we take the paper, each and every student have their own marks. The marks are different. Some got high position, some got 90 marks, 90% marks, some got 85%, some got 45%, some got 75%, and some are fail about related to this subject. This doesn't mean that that teacher is not good, the content is not good, or the teaching methodology is not good, but there is some flaws in the system why the majority of the classes fail. And if the majority of the classes fail, it mean that there is flaws. And if the majority of the classes pass, it's that's also mean that there are many flaws. If the all classes pass, then there is flaws. And all classes fail, it mean there is also a flaws and need keen observation about that. If the result is neutral, mean some got high position, some got some stand on the middle position, and maybe one or two not able to get the target. It means the normal result. And teacher deliver good deliver is good efforts, and he try to deliver the lectures in his full zeal and zest. And students also try take interest and get benefit from this. But it's not actually why these are the actually this difference is created because of the many reasons. Number one reason is that maybe the students have not that student which are not get the higher marks and get to lose his position is maybe the reason behind that is he has no interest in this subject. Maybe he don't like that methodology which the teacher used to in the class. And maybe he has some problem at home, or maybe he has some problem at university, college, or his institute, or in his personal life. We have to diagnose these problem and sort out these problem, why this problem exists. Actually, the understanding is depend upon my objectives. It's not depends upon my teacher's objectives. Actually, teacher deliver that lecture according to his or her objectives, or related to the subject, or related to the topic which he is delivering. But I am listening the lecture as a student according to my objective. If my objective is that okay, I just listen it and just being a teacher, I observe in the classes. Normally, I observe in the classes that please mark my attendance. A few students is in your class is maybe as like that they just interested in the marks in their attendance, because the attendance is the compulsory component. They are not able to sit in exams. That's why their objective is to came in class just to mark the attendance. But the majority of the class want to learn something, and they said they are not interested in attendance. They know that attendance marked or not, if I learn something, I take something, it mean I understand something. I came here for understanding, I came here for learning here. That's why their objective is learning. That's why they get that attendance also. And they are able to gain good marks, and they are able to get a good learning. Actually, learning is depends on learners, on which level I want to learn, on what purpose I want to learn why I came here. If my objective is here that I take admission in this university or in this institution for the taking the degree only, then I only believe you me that you just only get that page of the degree. This is the only the page. You have no understanding, you have no learning, you have no idea about that concepts which the teacher deliver in the that duration of the degree program. But if you have the objective, you came in the class and came that institute to get knowledge. You get knowledge, you get understanding, you enjoy that moment, so you allure your inner inner soul, and you are able to get good marks, good positions, and they also get the degree. The law says, the learner says that is the big disaster from our side, that our new generation is not understanding about the benefits. They just go only from the shortcuts of the work. They are not keen to hard work. They are not working. They don't want to work actually. They just want to get the shortcuts, and they want that by hook and crook they get good grades. They are not on that about the understanding. They are not able to. They are not interested to listen the students. That's why majority of the students didn't given the respect to the teachers. It's not a matter of that only the with the related to the students, and no, I'm not asking that the students 100% students are wrong, but there are many flaws or many weaknesses in the teachers also. They are not playing their role. If the teachers love their children's like love their students like their children's like their family, no doubt students will love them with the core of their hearts, and they give more interest, and they came in class with the full zeal and zest, and with love, and they're waiting for your class. If you have keep in your mind the same thing, that they are blank pages, I have to write on these pages, on their mind, pages of their mind, the positive things and understanding, and starting from the first point, pre-structured, then you step in on the uni-structured and extended response, and for the next, you will be able to get respect in your students' heart by soul, and you will able to answer the good answers to the God, which is the present at the end of the day. And if you are not able to deliver your lecture and deliver your things, and the evaluation is the most important thing. Each and every human being is be evaluated, is being evaluated. Solo mean you can deliver your lesson, deliver your lecture from the initial point, and slowly elaborate it, and then able to the students. For example, when one class students came, they are not about know about the alphabets, but after few days they recognize the alphabet. Then they are able to read the alphabet. They are able to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the first stage. Next stage, they are able to plus 1 and 1. 1 plus 1 equal to 2. And next stage, they are equal to multiply, divided. This is the stages of the unistructure, multistructure, expectant response, and etc. And if you want to know that you are on right track or not, and your students are on right track or not, it means you have to evaluate your process, and evaluate your system, evaluate your lecture also. And when the results of this evaluation is indicate the flaws and success stories are. That's it. Next, why do I think you should use it? It's excellent for both formative and summative assessment. Actually, formative assessment is summative assessment. Many people know about the formative and summative assessment, but some are not know about that. The formative assessment is that you evaluate during the system, during the class, during the year, in the mid of that program or mid of the lecture. Is mean when you are evaluating on the middle or in the brackets in the during the program is in the formative assessment. A summative assessment is that you are the end of the program, end of the lecture, you are evaluating. It's mean the summative assessment. It's it is excellent for both formative and summative assessment. It is a learning challenging but visible and provides a framework for progress. It's great for finding out what students know before you start, and then at any point thereafter progress can be checked. It is easy to use when planning lessons or a scheme of work. As you know, that the scheme of work when you plan your lecture is helpful. When you know that your lecture is successful or not, is helpful for you. The solo taxonomy is helpful for you. And if you want that your student is able to learn, your lecture is learning from you or not. If you can check them through evaluation is help for you. And if you want to check that the end of the program or end of the lecture is the solo taxonomy will help for you. And if you are preparing the lesson or lecture to prepare to deliver in the class or in the deliver in the any platform, you made some objectives in your mind, and you cleared the objectives why you deliver this is helpful. The solo taxonomy is helpful. It's mean in the way starting from the making of the objective and to check your objectives are achieved or not, it will be helpful for you. And it's easy to use when planning lesson or a scheme of work, as you can shepherd the learning experiences for the outcomes, constructive alignments at unistructured, multi-structured, rational, and abstract level. It is both metacognition. What am I doing? How well it is going on, but what should I do next? Challenges can be provided through feedback and feed forward, which could be teachers to students, students to teacher, and student to student also. It's actually feedback is most important thing in each and every process. If you're not getting the feedback and you are not evaluating your process, evaluating you are not able to upgrade your program, upgrade your lecture, upgrade your skills. It's very important that the feedback is coming and evaluation is takes place. Which type of the evaluation? Each and every type is important, but evaluation is very important. Actually, we we are only if you wanted to go on the long route. It means you improve yourself by day. Learn from your experiences, learn from the other experiences also. It's just possible when when you evaluate yourself, you are evaluated with the students and other persons also. Next slide, please. Next slide. Actually, objectives are important, and to check that objectives are achieved or not achieved is also important. We are doing every, I believe that on this earth, nothing and no work is takes place without objective. Each and every, if a thief is theft something, he has some objective in his mind. If I am working at home, I clean my home, I have the objective in my mind. If I'm washing the crockery at my home is clean. I have objectives, and I'm making food is clean. I have objectives, and I'm going for work. I have many objectives. Why I'm doing this? Each and every human being spend their life under the umbrella of objectives. Actually, we have to check these objectives are achieved or not achieved, and this is possible with the evaluation. Evaluation is most important thing to go through the success for your success also. Next slide, please. Actually, without evaluation, we are not able to succeed also. And that's it from all from my side. So when you teach and you go for teaching or when you go for your work, keep the objective clear in your mind. It's my advice that make objective for your life, make objective for your work, and make objective what you are doing and evaluate those objectives you are achieving or not. And this is not the for the purpose sake of let down yourself. It means the sake of the purpose to improve yourself and remove the flaws and problems which are existing in this. That's all. Thank you very much. Thank you. I finished my lecture. If you want to ask any question, you can ask with me, and you're most welcome. Or you always like the questions. Actually, the question raised there where the understanding is takes place. If no question, it means no understanding. So I always welcome the questions. If you want to ask anything, you can ask. The host, I finished my lecture.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Sorry for there's some technical problem. One
Okay,
minute.
no problem.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your
You're
rich
welcome.
content and presentation. Now, ma'am, it's time for our question answer session. After short video, we'll be back. So please
Okay.
stay with us.
Okay.
Uh, Dear participants, time for our question answer session. After short video, we'll be back. In the meantime, participants are requested to ask their question in our comment box. Please address speaker name after question answer. We will share certification process. After that, we have an online quiz competition. So please stay with us, everyone. Dear participants, time for our question answer session. Participants request to ask their question in our comment box. Welcome back again, ma'am.
Mm.
Uh, our first question from Asia, ma'am Namra, the feedback of feed forward could be teacher to student to teacher, or teacher.
It's every side, student to student and teacher to student, and from the teacher's side to students, and from student side to teacher. It takes place anywhere. Actually, feedback is important. Your peers can feedback you, your students can feedback you. You can give the feedback to the students, and you can feedback your peers also. Actually, good evening. Thank you. Actually, Bloom's taxonomy is a different thing, and solo taxonomy is different thing. Bloom's taxonomy have six different levels, and solo taxonomy is different levels. Actually, solo explain that how we learn by step. And this Bloom's taxonomy actually give us the idea to create the objective to selection of the content. A solo taxonomy not give any idea to selection of the content to teaching methodology about the delivering of the lecture. Also, the solo taxonomy didn't tell us about anything about that, but the Bloom taxonomy gave us the idea how we write the objectives, how we deliver the lecture, on which method, from which method we deliver the lecture, and which content is delivered related to this level on this students. This is a major difference in solo taxonomy and Bloom taxonomy.
Thank you so much. The next question from Flomi. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, ma'am. What is the difference between solo taxonomy and Bloom's taxonomy?
Same question is here. I already answered this. Very good evening.
Okay. Ma'am, I think we covered all of our question. Once again, thank you so much, Honorable Ma'am, for
You
your
are
time in
welcome.
IGP. We have
You are always
learned
welcome.
a lot from you with the new topic. It will add some value to our day-to-day activity along with our academic and professional growth.
Thank you.
Honorable,
So nice. Okay. Goodbye
hope to
from
see
your
you
side.
again with a new topic and a new day. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Take care.
Thank you. Bye bye. Bye. Take care.
Bye-bye. IJP always seeks time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we'll start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. After short video, we'll be back, so please stay with us. Dear Percy, it's time for to give you a certification code. Today our program name is Solo Taxonomy and the code is IGP 9075. IGP 9075. Uh, how to claim your certificate? First, you have to go www.ego.com, www.edoigp.com. Then you have to click on sign in, then log in if you already have an account or create a new account if you are new. Once you log in, you click to webinar, select the webinar title and click continue course and get enrolled if you have not enrolled yet. Type the code in your certificate box and get your certificate. It is auto downloadable in PDF file already. Just check it in your file manager or download from the folder. Don't forget to leave a review in our Facebook page, website, in Google. Dear IGP Knowledge Seekers, it's time for the most engaging part of this webinar, which is an online quiz competition, which is our regular activity. Dear Percy, after short video, we will be back. In the meantime, you have to join in our quiz session. To join our quiz session, first you have to go www.slido.com. Then you have to enter the code, and the code is EVEN event. And don't forget to mention your face. After short video, will be back. So please enjoy the Dear participants, time for our quiz session. To join our quiz session, first you have to go www.stylo.com. Then you have to enter the code, and the code is even. In the code is even. We'll pick your name from stylus to join with your full name, which will directly print on certificate, and top 10 will be awarded with quiz completion certificates. And top 10 will be awarded with quiz completion certificate. The demonstrator will start quiz session. So please everyone join with us. Already 29 people join with us. After some study will start, so please everyone join. To join our quiz session, first you have to go www.slido.com, then you have to enter the code and the code is event. And the code is event. Already 30 people joined with us. Now we'll start our quiz session. Our first question is the solo taxonomy outlines option 1 surface and deep learning. Second option how student undertake task. The solo taxonomy outlines option 1 surface and deep learning and second option is how student undertake task. And the correct answer we can see that is option 1 and 46% people are right. Move to the next question. Solve taxonomy tags option 1 multi-structural relational extend abstract. Second option multi-structural free structural extend abstract. The correct answer is option 2. Now I'll go for our third now question. And the question is solo taxonomy is used by teachers to option 1 in the design of differentiated learning, second option in the design of assessment only. And the correct answer is option 1 and 93% people are right. Now I'll go for our fourth now question. The question is the three levels of understanding solo taxonomy provided are option 1 surface, deep and conceptual, surface, hollow and superficial. Now, and we can see that the correct answer is and the correct answer is option 1. Now we go for our next question. The lowest level in the solo taxonomy is option pre-structural. Second option is second option extend abstract. Now we go for our C. আজকে স্লাইডও ডিস্টার্ব করতেছে না The correct answer is space structure. To the next question. What shape best suits the solar taxonomy? Is it option 1 square and second option? And the correct answer is option 1 and 89% people are right. I go for our next question. What shape best suits the solar taxonomy? Option 1 square. Second option is hexagon. And the correct answer is option 2 and 55% below right. I'll go for our seventh question. How many levels of understanding are there in solo taxonomy? The correct answer is 5. I'll go for our eighth question. When you define, describe, and list which sorrow taxonomy? Option 1, multi-structural. Second option is relational. The correct answer is option 1 and 72% people are right. I'll go for our ninth question. Which level of solid taxonomy means have two level? Option 1, multi-structural. Second option, free structure. And the correct answer is option 1, free structural, and 74% people are right. Now I'll go for our last question. There are dash levels of sorrow. There are dash levels of sorrow. There are dash levels of sorrow. The correct answer is 5. 93% people are right. Congratulations, Jordan is our top one. Second position we have Evelyn. In third position we have Charlie. And the fourth position we have Florian. Fifth position we have Kenya Asia. Congratulations, our top 10 quiz competition winner. We have all of your name which you entered during joining. We'll pick your name and prepare certificate and we post them on our Facebook official page. At the moment, the last moment, we can say, feed your screen, never stop your learning. Hope to see you next time. Till then, stay happy and blessed. Thank you, everyone.